Professor Severus Snape, master of potions, keeper of secrets, and on this day something stirs beneath the silence.
Long before any student stirs beneath the ancient stones of Hogwarts.
The day begins long before anyone else is awake. In the bowels of Hogwarts, beneath the stone floors and enchanted staircases, Professor Snape is already standing, perfectly still, before a cauldron that simmers with a misty, silver brew.
Dreamless sleep potion. Standard. Dull. But I trust no one else to make it properly. Not even Madame Pomfrey.
His black robes rustle as he moves sharply, meticulously measuring powdered moonstone. Not because he needs to, he could brew it blindfolded, but because control is everything. Today, however, will not go as planned. He enters the classroom like a thundercloud.
10 points from Gryffindor just for existing improperly.
Neville spills a bottle of powdered bicorn horn. Snape doesn't even blink. He just turns and deducts more points. But halfway through class, a strange parchment flutters out of an old textbook of his grandmother's. A note, untitled, coded. Snape reads it once. His eyes narrow. He says nothing, but his left hand clenches into a fist. Snape moves swiftly through the castle, cloak billowing. The note was unsigned, but it bore the mark of something he'd seen once before, the symbol of the Shadow Cabal, a defunct Death Eater splinter group. He taps a stone wall, whispers a charm, old magic, and the stones rearrange into a door. Inside, empty, except a single enchanted rose, floating mid-air and pulsing with black smoke. He vanishes it with a flick of his wand. Snape eats alone. He always eats alone. He scans the staff table. Dumbledore, of course, knows something's brewing.
He knows something's coming. He always knows.
Professor McGonagall raises an eyebrow. She notices that Severus looks unwell, not himself at all.
Your concern is noted.
Your concern is noted, he replies without looking up, but his mind is elsewhere. He has one more class to teach and one more note to find. As the students brew forgetfulness potions, Snape stares at a vial someone accidentally left behind. Inside, swirling ink, a memory. He draws his wand, tips the vial into the pensieve on his desk, and plunges in. The next clue is not a note, but a memory left in a bottle. 17-year-old Snape, a warning, the rose, the door, the silence, you must choose again. Even Voldemort never knew about that meeting. Back in real time, Snape gasps, sweat on his brow.
The cabal is not gone. It waits.
He stands before his mirror, removing his outer robes. Beneath them, the faded mark of the Dark Lord still faintly visible. Snape lights a single candle, sits at his desk, begins to write a letter, but halfway through he stops, burns it. Because some secrets, some burdens must be carried alone. As the candle flickers out and the dungeons return to silence, Snape closes his eyes.
Tomorrow is another day, another lie, another potion.
Outside his window, a raven perches. It caws once, then flies off into the night.
What will my next move be?